I'm speaking to you parents out there. You need to step up for your children. You can't let the school system, you need to get involved with the Board of Trustees. You need to go to the council meetings. You need to step up for your children, and you need to do it now. We're tired of doing this for you, and you need to do it for your children. Thank you so much. Please, please, please take the time to find out what your school boards are doing with your children while you're not there. Have a great day. Love you.
All right, so today was our first event for Indigo. My name is Chandra Harper. I got into this with Dana Metcalf. We are all over Canada. This is our first event, turned out really good. There's a lot of people that still don't know what's going on within the schools, the indoctrination and the sexualization of our children. And basically we're here standing up for the kids today, and we're hoping to make a lot of more people aware of what's going on. The kids definitely deserve better. This isn't the world that I thought that I'd be raising my kids in, but we're all trying to make a difference, and this is a way to take back our rainbow.
My name is Crystal. I'm from Brampton. I'm a 43-year-old mother of 3. The reason I took a stand and began to use my voice is basically I started to see all the lies that were coming on around us, the propaganda that the media is portraying over the news. I just knew something wasn't right. So I decided to take a stand for my children. Mostly my youngest. As many of us know today, our children are in grave danger with the curriculum that's being taught, the sexualization of our children. We have teachers across our entire country teaching children that they're born neither boy nor girl, resulting in a nation full of children that don't know whether they're a boy or a girl. They don't know who they are at their core. So while I may have begun my fight standing up because of the lies and the propaganda and knowing that the whole COVID narrative was false, it really opened my eyes to what's going on with our children. And every parent needs to really start to open their eyes and really look at what's happening with the children across the country.
It's very important that parents become aware of what's being taught to your children in schools. The material that they are coming up with is not appropriate for children and should not be taught to children. The Canadian flag is inclusive enough to everybody. It includes everybody, absolutely everybody under that umbrella. There's no need for any other flags to be presented, especially when it comes to the school board and the kids. They should know what freedom is about, our Canadian flag, and again, that includes absolutely everybody. We chose the rainbow because we don't want people to be upset with the rainbow anymore. There's no reason to be. It's God's promise. It belongs to God, which means it belongs to everybody.
It's not just our country, it's all across the states. Children are being sexualized, the books are inappropriate, and we have our teachers teaching them to our children. We have a government that's taking away our parental rights. So if you have a 4 or 5-year-old, 6-year-old that comes home to you, you have your daughter, she comes home and tells you that, you know what, Mom, I think I want to be a boy. And you try to talk to your daughter, try to maybe, explain to her that maybe this is something that we should wait, or any type of conversation you try to have with your child. The Trudeau government is now trying to propose a law, and it's basically already in place, that should this school catch wind of this, that you are trying to interfere whatsoever and not immediately affirm your child, you run the risk now of child abuse. So we're losing our rights as parents while our child's minds are being manipulated. And I think it's time that every single parent start to take a stand. It may be hard. I mean, at the beginning, it might be a little bit scary to use your voice, but our children depend on us. As adults, we have an obligation and a duty to stand up and protect children. When we know something is wrong, We have to stand up. It doesn't matter what our friends think, our neighbors think, our employers think. All that matters at the end of the day is that we protect not just our own children, but our nation of children who need us right now. They are suffering and they need every adult to stand up, dig deep within, find your courage, find your voice, and stand up for these children. Or as intimidating as it may feel to stand up for our children, what you have to know is that you are not alone. Parents all over our country are standing up. They are rising for their children. There are many groups, many outlets that you can reach out to. Even within our schools, the teachers that we still have employed within the schools that know deep in their hearts that this is wrong, that we should not be talking to children about the topics we are now discussing. We should not be confusing children. Those teachers we need you. The children need you. As parents, we entrust you with our children for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. You spend more time with our children than we do. I'm guessing that most teachers decided to become teachers because they have a care for children. They want to guide children. They have it within their heart. They want to help children. I'm pleading with every teacher that is still teaching to please. It's not enough anymore to whisper in the staff room amongst yourselves or, have the conversations. The conversations have to be loud. You have to go to your principals, your superintendents. You have to start speaking up and saying, this is wrong. Maybe this isn't in the best interest of the children to be teaching them the curriculum that we're teaching them. It is not in the best interest of the children. In fact, it leads the children to a very dark path. There are countless surgeries, I could go on and on. What we really need is everybody to stand up. Stand up for the children, because the day is going to come, as we see it. We see this agenda progressing and progressing. We see now that math problems are no longer about math. Even the word problems of a math have sexual innuendos in them. So it's time. It is time that every single person, every single adult, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, you have to dig deep down within yourself. You have to look at this as a whole. Look at this country as a whole and what is happening to our children, and ask yourself, are you okay with sitting back and being quiet? How is this world going to look in another 10, 15, 20 years when these children have all been manipulated? They're growing up and they're realizing that they've made grave mistakes. We have to be the adults and we have to stand up now before it's already too late. We're going so far down this slope. It's going to take each and every single one of us to join hands and pull ourselves back up out of the slope for our children. Again, I'm pleading to every aunt, uncle, grandparent, brother, sister, and especially the teachers within the school boards. Please start to stand up. Say, I will not teach this to my classroom. If every teacher said, I will not teach this to my classroom, what are they going to do? It's when we stand up together, united, strong, that our voices are heard. Our voices make a difference. Each and every single one of us holds power. And when we come together, we're a force to be reckoned with. We are exactly what the children need.
So my name is Frank Peters. I'm a freedom fighter in Ontario. We've been fighting this for 18 months as far as the government and all that nonsense. Everybody knows that. But we're here today for the kids. The kids are being pushed into corners that parents don't want them in. The government's being vigilant, and we have to be more vigilant. There's many of us here today that did a mini protest in Niagara Falls, and we all spoke out on our views on the indoctrination of children in this country. I'm not sure why this is going on. I think it's evil. I think it's something to divide us, but we are more cohesive now than we've ever been, because the kids are something that everybody can resonate with, and I think this is going to open up the doors for a lot more people coming forward and speaking their mind and standing up against this tyrannical government. This is just one of the platforms that they've used to try and divide us. We know their ploys, and we're not going to let it affect us or dissuade us. We're going to stay on track, we're going to stay focused, and we're going to make sure that this is up front so everybody can see it, and we're not going to stop. This is going on all across Canada. I've been to events from Alberta to the East Coast in the last 2 months, and I will continue to do this because it needs to be done. My grandchildren are getting ready to go into school, and as far as I'm concerned, in 5 years from now, these schools won't even be open if this keeps up. There's just no value in the school system. You can learn everything you need to do on a computer in 2 hours at home. So these teachers need to step up. The police officers need to step up and do their job. They're not doing their job as well. We've seen the gay pride movement in Toronto last week with the men standing out there with no clothing on, and the police officers and the chief of police in Toronto saying that it's okay as long as it's in the pride movement. Really? When did this become okay? That's against the law to stand there naked in front of children. So I hope all of you can help us in this movement, help us save these children. They're the next generation, and the next generation is what's going to save this country.
We had a really great turnout today in Niagara Falls. I couldn't be more happy and more proud. We are looking forward to getting a lot more faces and people aware of what's going on, and maybe we can have some more events go on. For more information, we are on Facebook, Indigo People. You can look it up. We're also on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. And one last thing, thank you so much to all the tourists and onlookers cheering us on, and thank you for your support. We love you.